G'day everybody, welcome to a collective missive for the MTEACH, both secondary and primary. I'm Scott Alterator. You've probably seen me in some of the little videos with me in various studios around the campuses. Alison Lugg, g'day Ali.
G'day.
Sarah Lord in Wodonga, hi Sarah. We've got Rochelle and we've also got Martha in Bundoora. They're sharing the same Zoom spot.
Hi.
So g'day to you guys. We've got a few things to talk about in this little missive. I'm going to start off with community of practice, and then we're going to cover the assessment dates, the design and the justification for the assessment, expectations of output, and expectations about what sort of things should be happening, and that we're going to throw to Rochelle for that, who's a little bit nervous, but don't worry, Rochelle. You've got Martha there. We'll be right beside you. Alison is going to talk about the intensive and the upcoming workshops. And then Martha is going to farewell us. So is everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I want to talk about a community of practice. Within the MTEACH environment, the community of practice is clearly going to occur on a couple of levels, but primarily in an online environment. So what we're really looking for you to do is engage with the opportunities for a community of practice through the social media, through the forums, and through the various learning opportunities that are presented in each subject. This may be unique for some of you, and we recognise that that can be a new way of collaborating and a new way of operating, but that's okay. You're also part of a community that's beyond the online environment. We want you to try and engage with that and generate your own, I guess, mini communities within that as much as possible. If you've got a bunch of people you know, and you see an opportunity to jump in and run your own Zoom session, that's a great idea. I know that some people meet up on campus once or twice a week to have lunch or to have coffee or just to talk about the upcoming assessments or to talk about what they've learnt. That too, I think, is a fantastic opportunity to engage in a community of practice. Of course, your soon will be in schools and as part of your professional experience, and I really want you to think about the schools as an opportunity to expand that community of practice and for you to include professionals in the sphere that, or the sphere of, or the group of people that will expand your kind of sphere of thinking. So that's what I wanted to say about community of practice. Team?
Okay, so assessment. We're concerned that people are worried about assessment dates all bunching up together. So we want you to know that we recognise the time pressures that are put upon you with submission dates. However, there is method in our madness. We have a short amount of time to get these assessments in before you go on placement. So it's been suggested that if you've got a lot of assessments due in a few weeks' time, try and get as much of it done as you can before the intensive next week. Come and work your way through each subject. You'll have time to work on the assessments, or at least discuss the assessments, and the work that we do with you at the intensive will help you then solidify your thinking about those assessment tasks that are due in. We know that we try very hard not to ask you to be presenting assessment tasks during placement time. So that means we really only have a few weeks either side of that block of professional experience that we need to allow you to get your assessment tasks in. So we are very aware of the time pressures that are involved, but we are with you, and don't forget to ask for extensions, because if we understand that you have a lot of things due at the same time, I'm sure we'll be able to assist you. Okay, Alison.
Hi everyone. I'm one of the course coordinators along with Jacqueline Weller, and I know that you've had many emails from me about various things, including the intensive. So we have an intensive in every trimester that makes the learning mode blended. So you have online modules and the intensive face-to-face learning. The intensives are the opportunity to engage directly with staff and with your peers in a learning environment that's more interactive than perhaps you may get in the online mode. So I would strongly encourage all of you to come next week, as most of you did in the first intensive. And I'd like to emphasise the need to attend the workshops on the Monday and Tuesday, depending on which subjects you're doing. those workshops have been designed in response to the survey that we sent out after the first intensive. So we've tried to design workshops that support your learning. So we have evidentiary portfolio, BKSB, critical reflection, academic writing, and so on. You can sign up to those by clicking on the link that's in the email that I sent out on the School of Education course page. So 62 people have already signed up. It's sort of first in, first served. So please get onto it if you haven't already. And we're looking forward to working with you next week. Most subjects have a full day. Some have slightly less than a full day. And during that time, you'll be able to ask all the questions of the lecturers and just really get stuck into it. So good luck.
Now over to our Bundoora studio, Rochelle and Martha.
Hello everyone from Bundoora. So with regard to our expectations as a team, we as lecturers teaching in the same trimester do work as a team, and we hope that we do in some part model for you what we mean by working in the community of practice. So we're all aware of what the other lecturers are expecting you to do in terms of the tasks that are to be submitted before you go out to placement. And we'd just like to hopefully allay some of your fears. We're really expecting one main thing, and that is that what we see in your assessment submissions reflects genuine engagement with the material, the concepts, the understandings of each subject. You know, you're going out to placement now. The secondary students and the primaries have already been out to one professional experience, I should say. And, you know, you may have noticed that on your report form, it says you're at the novice level. So, you know, you're submitting work now as trainee professionals, where at the same time we're hoping that you are going to be submitting something that looks like it's come from a professional, but not an expert or a master professional. And this, you know, reflects, I think I speak on behalf of all of us, and you know, amongst us, we probably have many, many years or decades of our own teaching experience in schools, that when you're a teacher, you know, you don't expect the students to hand in the first formative assessment task and get 100. You know, you're expecting to see that they're making a genuine effort, but there's still more for them to learn. So that's what we're expecting. We're expecting you to invest whatever you have. We want to see your interest, your passion, your enthusiasm. We want to see some evidence that you are trying to the best of your ability. And funnily enough, we're also hoping that when you submit more tasks post professional experience, we're hoping to see a lot of growth and improvement. And we will talk more about this, as my colleagues have said, next week during the intensive. So we look forward to seeing you there. Martha.
Womenjika Namiri Awana. I just want to welcome you. I just want to welcome you on this journey, and I want to reassure you that we are on this journey with you, and that you have chosen a most fulfilling profession. By the end of this journey, you're going to love what you do here at La Trobe University. We look after our students. We love our students. And I think the intensive is going to be an opportunity for you to meet other students. Some of you probably may never have come to the campus. It's time for you to have a look around, to have a feel of it. And anytime you're here, drop in. Say you want to have a coffee with us. We're welcome to do that if we're not very busy. But we just want you to enjoy this journey. It is a journey. Don't stress about it.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye now.